Hello everybody, this is Mike from MBoxWave.com, and this morning I just got into a position on the Emini S&P 500. I saw a setup. I went long after this pullback signal here, and I'll explain what I saw and how I put my stop and take profit, and then we'll see what happens. So the market's open here 9:30. We went kind of zigzag. We went up, down, ricocheted, back up, and now we've got this interesting pullback situation here, right? So, the first things that I'm going to point out, right? First, we've got the pullback signal here, right? So the strength of the signal is outlined by the underlying analysis. So what I saw was, right after the market's open, we see that demand is climbing like this, right, in the MBox delta. On the converse, we see that the supply is dropping right here, supply drop. All right, so let me write that down. MBox delta is expanding. MBox delta demand is expanding. And then the MBox delta supply is contracting. Right? I mean, we could see this in the boxes. I mean, there's a lot of supply right at the right here, right after market open. Look at all this supply here, and we just ricocheted back right up. Right? So this to me looks like effort no result, right? And immediately here with this pullback here, we see that there's a huge contraction, right? So that's a supply drop. So let me write this down. So this is effort no result. Effort no result. And this MBox delta supply contracting. It's also supply drop. Sometimes I like to write supply drop. All right, so at the same time, when I got in, this cumulative delta started to grow. Right, the cumulative buying started to grow. Is growing. Oh, it's also expanding. Look at this. I found this to be interesting. Right here. At this cumulative delta. Wow. Hold on. Let me get in on this. I'm going to get in another position. Do you see this huge bar just jump up right here? Cumulative buying is increasing. We've got a large pace here going here. So I just added on a position. It looks like I was looking at this right here. We broke out, or we're breaking out. That's what it looks like to me on increasing demand, right? And we can see that in the pace of offers and in the cum delta. We can see that the speed is increasing, the demand is growing, and the price is increasing. So I added a position. I'll get back to that a little later. Let's go through what else, the other things. So, if we look at, here, we can clearly see that the pace of the offers first outpacing the bids, right? And right now we just had a renewal of pace of offers right here. This is a renewal. So this relates to the initial position, these two paces, and this is a renewal which relates to the add-on position. So you'll have pace of offers. All right. So look at this. We had, see, here's what's interesting, right? If we look at this support level, before the market opened, we had some, selling in the cumulative delta here. But look, we exceeded that amount here, and we couldn't even reach the same low, So to me, this looks like effort exerted without a result. It spent less work to reach this lower low, this low here, than here it spent more work and couldn't even reach to this low. So to me, that's effort, no result in the cum delta, right? And we could not, right here, despite all that selling right here, no new low. And you can see the sun, look at that, 270. We all see the effort, no result in the wave delta, -3, 270. So it's another effort, no result. And it wasn't able to do anything here, right? So despite all the selling, no result, no lower low. To spell it out completely, there it is. Effort, no result. Despite all the selling, no result equals no lower low. Okay, it looks like we're making progress. This is my take profit line right here, and I'll explain that in a second. So at the time I got in on this pullback. So we had a pullback buy signal. And at that time, all this analysis was working together. All right. All right, so how did I choose that? Well, I wanted to give myself a decent risk reward, right? So zooming out. Now I know see, I got in around here. When I did the add-on, it's a scale in, so it shows the average of the two positions. But my initial position was around here, which gave me a risk reward of almost 3. All right, and I chose these tops right here, this one right here, and here, which acted as resistance levels previously. All right, so I have to remember I got in around here, so this is the average of the two positions, so that's why it's showing a little higher. Looks like our cumulative delta is still doing okay. How many points of confluence do I see here to make an argument for this trade? Add this pullback buy, that's 1. MBox delta is expanding, that's 2. MBox delta supply is contracting, that's 3. That's a supply drop as well. It's an effort, no result, that's 4. We see an effort result not only in the MBox delta, but in the wave delta, so that's also 5, right? Despite all the selling, no lower low. And despite all the selling, no lower low, can say that's 6. Effort, no result in the Q and delta is 7. Cumulative buying is growing. That's 8. Pace of offers outpacing the bids, 9. So how about 9 points of confluence? Renewal of pace of offers, that is related to the add-on position, right? So we have 9 points of confluence here. So I took the trade. Set my stop and profit accordingly, set my profit at this level. I think we're in okay shape. The cum delta looks strong. I know that the MBox delta here is looking weaker, but the cum delta is still strong, and we still got the pace on our side. So I'll just pause the record on this video, and we'll see what happens in a little bit. All right, so looking good. Just hit the take profit. I'm up $6,875 for today. So I'm happy with this trade. Pleased with the analysis and how it worked out. You know, what I'm doing every day is looking for confluence, right? And one of the strongest setups that I see happen all the time is exactly this. Demand is expanding. Look at this, and the supply is contracting with a supply drop. And then the cumulative delta begins growing. The pace of offers is outpacing the bids. I'm seeing, you know, effort, no result here in the Cume delta, in the MBox delta, seeing it here in the wave delta plus the pullback signal. So by the time I saw the signal, that's already 9 points of confluence. So I'm happy with the analysis. It turned out the way that I read it. It looks like we're getting some more demand here. But you know, it's interesting because, you know, if you look, I set my take profit at this level. So this was definitely a level of resistance. So we'll see if demand manages to punch through further, or if it's going to cause some trouble here or a correction. So that is yet to be seen. But I hit my goal for today, which is over 5 grand. So I'm done for today, and happy with the results. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.